So we are now recording the July 19th, 2019 Small Business Accounting Advisors. Hello, everyone.
Hello!
Hello!
Happy Friday!
Happy Friday! Happy Friday from all the Matthew Fultons.
Yes! Who's Matthew Fulton? I like it.
So how hot is it?
Not hot here.
About 70 over here.
So it's me and Shannon and Larry that are dying.
It was raining yesterday.
We're dying.
Hot here.
Oh, it's only
It's been 100 all week, just about.
Shannon's got, what's your temperature?
about 120 with the heat index.
I'm in Florida. It's 82.
It was
Where
raining
are you,
yesterday.
Shannon?
I think it's only in the 80s here.
80 here too, 82, and I'm in Florida.
Really?
So the same thing's going to happen for me and Larry, up to 100 tomorrow with the heat index 110
Ooh.
When do the roads start melting?
and humid.
And I can't wait to go to visit. I don't know.
Our humidity's 20% or something.
We could go swimming outside.
80%. Wow.
Like 80%. Yeah, 85 here.
It's the Beirut Memorial Grove.
So,
We're hot and sluggish.
hot and sluggish rate.
Summer. Remember, this is the winter.
So our topic today, we've voted. Oh, Shannon's back home now.
Shannon, you gotta change your name.
I don't know if you heard me say that I can win the high temperature and the low temperature. You just have to give me time.
Okay, so our topic today is, and this is by voter choice. We had one vote for it. I know, right? But I think I am going to start doing a poll every week. What do we want to talk about?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, if you have things that you want to bring up on the show, please, list it in the group, and I'll be happy to talk about it. So today's topic is apps. What are you currently using, and what are you loving?
So literally, we're currently using Zoom. We love Zoom.
We all love Zoom.
We all love Zoom.
Yeah.
Well, let's ask the security expert over here about Zoom.
Mac users not so much loving Zoom.
They've got new end-to-end encryption connection effective today.
Yeah. Well, that whole web engine thing was not a good thing for. And it was so bad that Apple actually squashed it. So they didn't even wait for Zoom to do it. So Apple squashed it.
Apple
So
squashed it.
I don't know whether people were. It was a remote code execution. So when Zoom installs on a Mac, it installs or at least previously, it installed a small web server. Well, when you uninstalled Zoom, it did not uninstall the web server. So the web server was still there, and it would go, and it was supposedly to ease the reinstallation. So if you were to go to a meeting, it would reinstall the software for you, user experience. The problem was there was a flaw in it, so that you could actually be sent a location for that web server to go and download and install whatever you wanted from wherever you wanted. So just by sending somebody to a meeting or having even just visiting a page and joining a meeting. So it was not a good scene.
Is that
So it's been resolved, I think, right now. Like I said, Apple ended up, if you haven't, if you're a Mac user, go ahead and make sure you've updated your Mac And then also if you Zoom, make sure you're on the later version. This is for Macintosh computers, so Apple
Only Mac
computers.
though, no, not Windows. This is only Mac?
That's correct.
Okay.
That particular vulnerability, yes.
That's pretty darn scary.
Yeah.
Yes, it basically required no action on the part of the person.
That's what makes it so
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah, nobody did anything wrong.
Okay. So what is our next favorite app? Yes, QBox, maybe.
QBox.
QBox.
We love QBox.
QBox.
QBox, you don't have a whole lot to say because it just works.
And
That's a
when
great-
it doesn't work, they are there to help you.
Yes.
And it maybe doesn't work once a year. So, but yeah, no, they're amazing.
And the people behind QBox,
Oh.
phenomenal. Chris is great. His wife is great. Everybody is great at QBox.
Yeah. T.S. Srinivas and Allison and
Mm-hmm.
I have had T.S. call me when I've called in or something like at 4:30 or 5 o'clock on a Friday, and I have had him call me back at 7:30 or 8 o'clock Friday night to fix something.
Wow, that's dedication.
Yeah, now that was back a few years ago, so it was closer to when they first started. But
still,
it's the one program when I put my clients on it, they love it. They don't have problems with it, pretty much.
nice.
You know? And that's very rare.
And the only issue that I've had with QBox is when I'm going between computers and I need to set up a third alias. I have 2 aliases. I need a third alias for my other computer that I use sometimes.
Yeah.
That is
You
because-
mean an email, a different email.
And
Yeah.
Right. I made
so easy to make. That's
I
it.
made QBox email addresses like
So
QBox, SL, and then QBox. It depends on which employee has it, and then so everybody's got their own email. I can
by
look at
employee,
the
by device.
who has it locked, the email that has it locked, and know exactly which computer it is.
Yeah, whose computer, which one. I wish they had used the email address.
Yeah, I wish I had used email. I have the same problem with Divi. They're working on it, but I need one login. I don't want a separate email address for every single client.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But with QBox,
It-
once
it-
it's installed, you don't have to worry about that email address.
No, but if
True.
you have
Now I
multiple
have one.
computers-
Well, actually, I have a number of clients that have 2 or 3 email addresses, depending on what computer they're working on.
Yep.
Right.
So
Or
I
it's an
know
old one. Right.
you can
You know-
delete those, can't you? And then reuse them?
Well, like I have a client who they're on their 3rd bookkeeper, but whenever they log into QBox, it's still the original. I mean, that
Got it.
email probably doesn't even exist anymore
Right.
from years ago, but I'm like, it works. Leave it alone.
Got it.
Yeah, but I would recommend they get their own.
But when I
They probably
look
need
at
to
it,
uninstall and reinstall.
At this point, it's
Military
not.
training.
well, when I
Hmm?
look at the QBox Explorer, I know whether Joyce is working at home or whether she's working at the office by
By
the
Yeah.
email address.
right.
But then I don't have so many clients. I have like probably 10 or 12 clients on it. So it's easy to memorize all those email addresses.
Right. So Tiffany, before you leave us, what's your favorite app?
Facebook?
Oh, I love
I love
it.
an honest woman. I love honesty.
No, I get it.
Okay, so that's my addiction. It may not be my favorite.
Okay. What do
It's,
you think is most productive that you use all the time?
ShareFile and Receipt Bank.
Awesome.
What's the second one? Oh, Receipt Bank.
Receipt Bank.
Yeah, I use ShareFile and I love it.
Love it.
I had ShareFile and I didn't love it. And Receipt Bank, I can't stand the color orange. I didn't realize that till I started.
I know. I have an aversion
Orange.
to
So I'm a HubDoc girl by default by the blue. I like blue. I cannot. I look at the orange and I tell Sarah,
You can't use Avalara then either, huh?
Right?
like orange.
I could not sign up for the orange.
I need to tone it back.
It's very I don't
It's
know.
very shallow, ladies. Little shallow.
I just never noticed the orange. I didn't sign in.
And I fussed at Divvy yesterday because they're rebranding, and all the pretty blue and white, fresh, young-looking logos and stuff, black and white.
Ugh.
I'm like, seriously? Black and
My
white.
ShareFile is blue.
No, Divvy.
Oh, I like blue. That's why I love Lisio. I love, not just because I love everything else that it does, I do. I love their logo. I love the pink and the blue. It's so pretty. It's kind of like buying a car. I would never buy an orange car, but I love the color.
No,
Neither would I.
But I mean,
love Receipt Bank.
I love Lisio. I love the logo. I love the people
Oh,
behind it.
Lucio, it's calm.
It is. It is calm. Like if I could get everybody to be on board with
Orange
it.
is screaming
My
at you.
problem with Lucio, yeah, is getting everyone.
I don't like. Bye, Tiffany.
Bye, Tiffany.
See you guys. Have a great weekend.
Too. Don't work too hard.
Bye, Canada.
Bye, Canada.
Bye.
Make the sun.
look though. Look at this.
Rancor.
Hold on.
What are we looking at?
My ShareFile is blue. It's not orange.
Oh, it is blue now. It was blue at one point, wasn't it? And then it turned to green.
What? ShareFile used to be
Mine was
green,
never
and now
orange.
it's blue.
Blue.
It's never been orange.
It's actually
I've
Citrix
never
Files
seen it
now.
as orange.
Citrix. Okay, that makes sense.
I'll
And
bet.
it's, and it's Citrix Files. They changed it. Yeah. I like the green, but they changed it.
So
Ernest or Idaho Matthew, what's your favorite app?
Oh, you know I'm going to say Power BI. Why would I say something else?
I was going to say it for you.
all right.
There you go.
I
Perfect.
haven't seen that book. That's a new one.
So who else given us an app? Dennis, unmute.
Unmute him, Gina.
You've been doing PowerPoint.
Well, I guess for wasting time, probably Twitter. But for productivity, I like Snagit.
You like what?
Snagit.
Snag it.
Snag it.
Yeah.
That's an
Oh,
awesome.
that's an awesome one.
Yeah. So not Matthew Fulton.
Not Matthew Fulton.
You just muted. Should I move on to Larry?
Fire breathing Matthew.
Fire breathing Matthew or Larry? Let's hope your connection is okay and not so unstable.
It's pretty rough.
What is your favorite app?
I would say, I was looking at one the other day. If I could think of the name of it, it wasn't FlowLink, it was something else. I don't know, got a brain freeze. Go to somebody else.
Okay, not Matthew
Well,
Fulton.
yeah, but what do you use?
He doesn't remember.
But that was something he was looking at. It was new.
Yeah.
He'll be in the Zoom category with the rest of us.
Yeah, that's true.
So not Matthew Fulton. Janet.
Or the real.
So, yeah, sorry, I had some background noise, so I couldn't unmute. I really like Splashtop because lately I've been working from so many different places that I can use Splashtop. I can remote into any one of my offices or computers in my office, And I have a couple of clients that I'll log into their computer when I use Splashtop when I need access to the whole computer and not just their QuickBooks file. Otherwise, I use QBox.
That's an old one that's been around for a long time. I haven't even looked at it lately.
That's 2 votes for QBox, though, if you noticed.
Yeah. Well, I used to use TeamViewer, but then they did away with the lifetime licenses, and it's just insanely expensive, and I can't. I mean, I only need access to 10 computers, so I can't justify the whatever it is.
TeamViewer used to work so beautifully, and whatever they did to update it made it much more difficult to use too.
What about traveling, Matthew? How's he doing? How's he doing?
Well, there have been 2 apps that I was in using heavily this week, being on vacation. Well, Twitter became handy yesterday in that sometimes when you're upset with a company and you're not getting any satisfaction, one little comment, and within less than an hour, I had 2 emails and a phone call at my office from C-level executives.
There you go. That's your secret
Emails. I mean, the emails went all the way up to 10 o'clock last night. And so, anyway, so I deleted my tweet because I'm now satisfied. But so Twitter was handy. Teams, I finally figured out how to invite in external users, client users into my Teams, Microsoft Teams. And I've been working on with a finance committee on a budget within the team, and I have my the budget template, so everybody's collaborating on that one spreadsheet. That's been handy. And what else was I using this week? Oh, of course, my so Mark was helping me with.
Well, it's not really an app, but
it's not an app, but
Power Query.
Power Query, because I was trying to record now. So that's, you know.
Sarah, isn't TBX one of your favorite apps? There you go, Ernest. I helped.
What's that? Yeah.
You know, I don't even think of my own program as an app. And TBX Trial Balance Exporter, yes, because I was.
And what does it do? No, I'm kidding.
It exports. It's the fastest, quickest way to get his monthly history out of QuickBooks Desktop.
Yes, girl.
And share, and then Smart Sheets, because I've got I'm finishing up 2 audits, and you know the auditors have been asking me questions on Smart Sheets. And then keeping us out of email. So, you know, I love my toys.
There's another app. I have an Android phone. There's a thing called Mighty Text. Have you heard of that?
Mighty Text? No. What does it do?
Basically, well, it works both on your phone and on your desktop. And so your emails are displayed on, or your notifications, your text messages are displayed on your desktop, so you can type in on your desktop rather than having to try to.
I like that.
Nice.
See, I avoided texting until just recently because I really didn't want to get into all that. But I have a CPA friend of mine. That seems to be the only way she'll communicate with me.
Some people are like that.
No, some people.
And I like the talk, but I don't want to be talking into my phone to text because I'm around other people, and I really don't want my conversation to be public.
I'll show it.
Would that be CPA friend? Be somebody I know?
Nope.
Okay, good.
It's a client.
Good.
No, because your CPAs aren't allowed to do that.
I'll show you what.
Okay, just checking.
No, actually, she is the treasurer of a nonprofit, and she considers that personal, not business. So that's how she does personal communication, is through her phone. You know. But you're right. I can't type and do the little finger thing, so I'm always dictating. And so you're speaking out loud.
Yeah, I don't know whether she's talking to me or something.
Yeah, Mark's was like, what? What?
That's counterproductive to me. So
Do you
So,
want to see what Mighty Text looks like on your computer?
sure. Now, Linda's asking Mighty Text, M-I-T, M-I-G-H-T-Y,
Wait
text.
a second, I'll show you.
Okay.
Okay. Initials.
So Sarah, I can't talk into my text most of the time because it does not.
Okay, good. That is it.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Yes.
Nice.
When I get my when I have to do my
let's-
two-party authentications.
Okay, good.
Could I share the codes with my employees? That's another problem. Sometimes I get the
I mean, you
security
can
codes.
type in here and then send it.
Is that a free one?
Awesome.
Is that a free app?
No, it's like about 20, 30, 40 bucks a year. It's pretty cheap.
Oh, a year? Okay.
Oh, that's not bad.
I thought you were going to say month there for
I think it's just for Android though.
What?
Nice.
Oh, Android.
The Ring Central app does the same thing where I have a desktop client that I can text with. So I really love that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've heard
that's
so
how I
many good
get my
things about that.
faxes. I wonder, I need to look into it further. That's how I get my faxes.
One
I
thing,
need to
just to,
change that.
if you're using text, just remember that it's not a,
Secure.
well, iMessenger is, but, and WhatsApp is, but things like just a regular SMS text is not secure end to end. So,
Don't
just like an email, you don't want to be sending anything that's sensitive.
Sensitive information.
without-
So I
only pictures of your dog.
I want to say the app that I want to love so much is ClickUp. But I'm still using Trello, and I wore out my Rocketbook notebook, and I just purchased the one with lines. So I'm on my second Rocketbook. It's
Wow.
not,
Wow.
yeah.
You know
but-
what?
Is that the larger one?
The big one?
Yep. Yep.
I got one for Christmas. It is in my satchel right here because I thought, okay, we're on vacation. We'll finally sit down and figure out how to use it. I just forgot all about it. It's still in the package.
Oh,
I have one too. I'm not loving the Rocketbook, and Sarah loves the Rocketbook, and I have one. I've not really played with it. I don't like the pen. I don't like the way it writes. But you didn't ask me, Gina. Wait a minute. Let me go down here. Real Matthew Fulton. I have to say vendor sync, but I have to say QBox too because QBox is amazing. And the real Matthew Fulton had a really great week this week. He did a webinar on QuickBooks Advanced, and then he did this other little thing which I'd love to share. Hopefully, I can make it work. This week for
the QB Advanced was awesome.
Wasn't that good?
You did a great job.
Do you know I wasn't supposed to be the person helping on that, and I got the call at like 2 minutes to 2 that hey, can you answer questions?
Well, you
Yeah.
did a fine job.
I don't know. I'm like, I'm not used to using that GoToWebinar thing. I'm used to using Zoom, and I'm like, oh my God.
I really wanted to
You did
say,
great.
Matthew, what are you doing on your webinar?
He did. I didn't even get to really pay attention. I was too busy answering questions, but I saw the slide deck before, so I had a good idea about what he was going to talk about. But it was
somewhere? Is it recorded somewhere?
In the
yeah,
group.
it's gonna. I signed up for it, so I should be able to share it maybe in the group because I signed up for it, and obviously I was part of it, and I'm sure they're going to send it out. It was on Insightful Accountant, so hopefully it was really good. If you want to know, I was surprised in the beginning how many people don't know about QB Advanced because there's not been a lot of things on there. So the fact that he was able to do that, and he did an amazing job. I was like, I just thought he did a great job. I mean,
I had no idea what Fathom was before his show.
yeah, we're going to probably,
I mean, like, wow.
yeah, we're going to probably do some more content on Fathom because it's really got a lot to it. And the problem with Fathom is like when you start to do the KPIs, like I've got these ideas for KPIs for ideas, Rhode Island, for KPIs.
Don't give them to me.
Ideas. Yes, idea.
But, give me those ideas.
Ideas. I know I do that all the time. That's my Rhode Islandism. But
did you hear me?
I can hear you.
I said, give me your ideas.
You want to hear my ideas, like Bambi? No, you know.
Yeah, your KPI ideas.
Well, the KPIs, because there's so many KPIs, you could get like you're like a kid in a candy store. Like, how many attorney, it depends on the law firm types, right? But then you got to really focus. That's the problem, because there's so many different ones out there that you can go for, and you have to kind of I need to find the ones I want to use and then start to use them for the law firms that I work with. And if I work with an immigration attorney as opposed to a different, like the PI attorney, I need to figure out what works the best. So, and
I would like to create those for you.
Oh, cool.
Sounds like a partnership in the making.
Yeah. I mean, I think Matthew and I are gonna really work on some good stuff, some good content for Fathom, because I think it's needed now. With people are getting excited about it, there's a lot to do, and the big push towards advisory, which I think is smart. So yeah, but let me share. Hopefully, this is gonna work. My screen, so I can share the real Matthew Fulton's little ad. It's short. Let me put the volume on. Let me see if the volume's going to work.
Screen.
Yeah, I'm trying. Oh, come on, do it. I'm like, come on, click to enlarge. There we go. Now we'll start over.
You need to do that.
Because it's only 20 seconds.
One of the best things about being a cloud-based accountant is the ability to work remotely. However, for me to do that successfully, there's a couple things I always have to bring. Besides my laptop, I always have to have a wireless keyboard and mouse, and more importantly, a ScreenBeam 2. It's a wireless device that transmits my audio and video to any HDMI TV.
Cool. Now I just hope I don't get dinged for that music on.
Oh, I don't think so. Would Intuit do that to you?
Addiction is wrong.
Now I got something else on. Oh, man.
So we are actually saying this is Intuit, and it was Matthew Fulton. So we are giving credit where we're supposed to, right?
And it was great. I mean, he had 20 seconds to say what he had to say, and I've seen the ScreenBeam too, because we were in the hotel. He plugged it into the TV. We were on a Zoom for something. I think it might have been my advisory council, and we were like talking to everybody, and it was on the big TV, which was pretty cool.
Oh, very cool. Very
You can share your screen. You can share, so if you're traveling, you don't have to take, like, I've got this extra screen that I bring with me. I can actually log, if you had the little stick, you can put it in and use the TV at the hotel as your second screen.
Nice.
Wow.
Alrighty. Is there anything else anyone would like to talk about before we end for the week? No?
Have a great weekend.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend, everyone. Same time, same place. Next.
Enjoy the concert, Idaho Matthew.
Yeah, Idaho Matthew, enjoy.